Some of you guys are always looking for a bargain, and this is the most recent one. This popped up on eBay. Well, I ordered it on December 4th. So a few days before that, about 40 of you guys sent emails saying, hey, check it out, stainless steel pick kit, 27 bucks. So I ordered one, 27 bucks. As I said, 4th of December, it just arrived. So coming from China, it took 6 weeks. I don't understand that. I can walk it in 6 weeks, but anyway, something not pictured were these handles. These are very nice little silicone handles. They might dampen some of the feedback when you put them on the picks, but in terms of some of the handles we've seen in the past, these are probably about the nicest ones. Come in different colors, so you can put like all the green ones on hooks, for example, or you can use the different colors for different thicknesses of picks. Enough talk about the handles. I just get excited when I see something well done. The picks come in this nice little box, and it is obviously a HUK kit. Little plastic box flips open, and there's some more handles, and they looked like one of each color. I guess that's in case we didn't know how to put our own handles on. They showed us how to put one of each color. Got a whole bunch of different picks here. Rather than stumble through them randomly, give me a minute. I'm going to lay them all out logically, and we'll go over them one by one and take a closer look. Well, fellas, I kind of divided these up into categories. I'm looking at basically 4 categories here. I'm looking at car picks, because car picks typically have a very steep hook, like you see this, and a lot of them are notched on the top to grab a hold of those wafers in wafer locks that are commonly found in car locks. And then we have pin tumbler picks. These are probably more typical of what it is that we're used to. They're basically just all hooks of varying degrees. We'll take a closer look at those in just a minute. We have a knife, which is kind of neat to get a knife. You don't often get those. And this is a very durable knife and probably one of the better tools in the whole kit. And then over here we have Dimple Picks, which I really appreciate having some Dimple Picks thrown into the kit as well. Before we get too wound up, let's go ahead and take a closer look. Let's just grab what I'm going to term as the short hook and see what the construction looks like. First of all, it's all one piece of steel, which is really weird. They started out with steel stock that was about 2¼ millimeters thick. Very thick material. And then, if I get the camera, some guy put this on a grinder and ground it down. Now, I'll tell you, it's not evenly ground. I think on this one you can kind of see that. It's thinner in some places than in others, which is really weird. Normally the length of it's the same thickness along the length of the shaft. I'll tell you, I've mic'd all these, none of them are the same. They're all just slightly different. And it ranges in thickness from 27 thousandths of an inch at the thin points, so that's 0.69 millimeters, all the way up to 0.39 inches or 39 thousandths, which is about 1 millimeter, which is very, very thick material, especially if you live in Europe where you have very thin keyways, or if you're going after paracentric locks. Even the thinnest of the picks that you see here will probably not fit into them. If you're going to have wide open keyways, particularly US and North American locks, these will probably work just fine. In terms of the handles, they got engraving. You see it's made by HUK, which was not in the advertisement, which is kind of unusual. Usually they put the name of the manufacturer. The advantage of having one-piece steel, if there is an advantage, is that there's no loss of the feel. It's the same piece of metal. It's not buried in a piece of plastic or wrapped up or anything. It doesn't have wooden handles. So the vibration is transmitted pretty efficiently from the tip of the pick to the tips of your fingers as you're picking with this thing. There are enough of these silicone handles to go on all of these. There are a total of 19, I think it was 20 picks. You only see 19 here, and that's because I got another one just off camera. We're going to talk about it in just a minute. These are advertised as being stainless steel. So when you take a magnet and put it on there, I think you can see that these are highly, highly magnetic, which would not be an indication of stainless steel. Now, I admit, some stainless steel does have some slightly magnetic properties, and the only way to really be sure is to put it in copper sulfate, and that's what I've got with the extra pick off camera. Let's just throw those down there. I already showed you the knife, and then probably threw those where I didn't want to. We got Dimple Picks, and these aren't too bad. We have 2 wide picks. These are all going to need some love in terms of, well, first of all, bend it back to the right direction, but they're all going to need some rounding off and some final sanding to polish these up. So we got a left and a right large flag, and then we have a left and write small flag. These are actually not bad. I was using these off camera a little while ago. You have a straight flag and then a left flag. What I can tell you is with the rubber handles on these, the feedback is quite subdued, so it does mute it quite a bit by having the rubber handles. But if you like rubber handles, you have them to put on there. All right, let's take a look. First of all, we have a concentrated copper sulfate with the missing pick. I've got it soaking in there. And just for example, for comparison, I've got a scalpel which is known to be high carbon steel. This is not one that's been soaked. So it started out looking like this about 20 minutes ago. And then I dropped it in the copper sulfate, and it now looks like this. And you can see what's happening is that the copper sulfate's reacting with the carbon in the steel, and it's creating this corrosion. These are very high carbon steel, though, and they keep an excellent edge. All right, so these are supposed to be stainless steel, but when you take a look, I just took this out of the copper sulfate, you can see we have a milder reaction. So this is probably not carbon steel. I'd be willing to bet it's not. And we got some carbon in there, but not too bad. I've got to say these were probably very durable. I have been playing with them off camera. They're going to take a lot of work to clean up the sharp edges and to kind of standardize the thickness for the picks, but if you're willing to put in the time, I think these will probably be pretty durable picks. I'm going to have to say it's hard to get excited about them, though, quite honestly. There's nothing spectacular. They don't perform exceptionally well. They're missing rakes. We only get 2 tension wrenches. We get a Z tension wrench, pretty standard stuff. And then, of all things, we get a thick L-shaped with a twist. Your lock would have to be pretty large, have a large keyway to get this up in there, but these are easy to make and inexpensive to find. So don't let that be the only thing you make your judgment on. Anyway, $27 and 6 weeks worth of waiting. I wouldn't wait again. If I knew it was going to be 6 weeks, I probably would not order these. And I have to say, as I said, I'm not excited about them. I would think you'd probably want to take your $27 and invest it in a smaller number of higher quality picks, particularly some picks, or a pick set that has some rakes in it, which of course this does not have a single rake. Anyway, fellas, thanks for your time. If you'd like to win this, all you need to do, go to that website and register, the big purple button. You can register to win next Saturday's giveaway, and that's what you're looking at here, minus my magnets and minus my corroded scalpels. By the way, if you stick around, I'll show you a quick video. A lot of you have sent in some comments about a change in YouTube, and I think I got the answer. Anyway, thanks for your time. Stay safe. Stay legal. Guys, a couple months ago, I noticed a lot more of you were starting to write in saying you're not getting notifications whenever I posted a video. So I got to checking into it, and I even checked my own subscription list, and I discovered that a lot of people, like Jeff Moss here, for some reason was no longer subscribed to. YouTube, for some reason, turned it off. So I went back, turned it on again, and then I still wasn't getting notifications. So I dug into it just a little more, and we have this new YouTube undocumented feature here, this little bell thing. You have to click it, a little window pops up, and you have to check that box that said, send me all notifications for this channel, and hit save. And then everything's back the way it used to be. Thank goodness. I have no idea why YouTube did that. Some business manager decision, but I don't think he went to business school. I think he went to kindergarten. Anyway, thanks for your time, guys. Good luck.